March 29, 2015. Aubrey Shepherd here with some photos from Fayetteville, Arkansas. Woodpecker, you recognize that, folks? And we might have two shots of that woodpecker. Anyway, hard to get close to them, and they're always in a thicket, and, you know, when I try to make the picture. So I'm always proud to get one. This is a native plum or pear tree. I'm not sure, but it's not a calorie pear. We're going to show you a calorie pear. That's the pear trees they grow all over the city, and they're trying to get rid of. I think it was the last one there, but anyway, that's it. Now here, two pictures of this tree in bloom or about to bloom, and I'm not sure what it is, but it's pretty darn beautiful. There's so many things in the woods, and this is out by the veterinarian's office on Weddington Drive. Okay, the value of dandelions. Big old honeybee sitting on one. There he is again. And what's so special about that? Well, this time of year, springtime, late winter, whenever it gets warm enough, those dandelions to show up, the bees will be there using them. There are a few of those dandelions together, and over a period of an hour, I walked back to it different times, and each time the bee was on one or the other of those. This is a spring beauty, and it's a little tiny flower. I think I've got a picture of one beside my thumb, maybe, if I got it on here. But these are the favorite of the Arkansas Native Plant Society. Okay, here we jumped from that spring beauty to this little, also at World Peace Wetland Prairie. This is a early blooming, creeping phlox. And in my yard, I've got a wonderful collection of phlox, but they're all late blooming, late summer, early fall, and they're beautiful. Very similar flower, but it's a tall bush, a tall stem perennial. And this is a short-stemmed perennial that grows down near the ground. Okay, John Rowe was here before and said this is butter and eggs. And it's a popular plant, flower that comes up from a bulb this time of year. Here's something else that's pretty popular and very tiny. You can see this is a violet, and it's a pretty common violet at World Peace Wetland Prairie, but you do have to get them close to get a decent picture, so I thought this was about the best I could do under the circumstances. There are many different violets, and several of them are host plants for butterflies. And of course, they do provide nectaring for some species of various pollinators. Don't have a picture on one in this set, but anyhow, don't mow these down. They're like the dandelions when they come up. They're really important, and even that's a low-growing plant, it may have the egg of some species of fritillary butterfly. This is called a bluet, another even tinier plant, flower that very difficult to get in focus for me because I shake the camera a lot. I just get lucky when I hit one. You know, I'm not sure if this is a native plant, though, and I know the one up at the right corner in this picture is not a native, but it's a dead nettle, I guess. And but the one in the center may be a native, and I didn't have time to look it up and find out if it's an invasive. But, you know, these things that invade only in late winter, they're welcome to my yard and to my gardening areas. This is an announcement about the 11th Annual Earth Day celebration at World Peace Wetland Prairie. That'll be Sunday, the 19th of April from 1 to 5 p.m. at 1121 South Duncan Avenue. Okay, until next time, this is Aubrey Shepherd asking you to do your part to help keep the water clean, air pure, woods green. See you. Hello, John Rule. It's the 2nd of April 2015, and let's see some of these are today's pictures, and the others are just for the last 2 or 3 days.
Spring has sprung.
And bluet, a tiny bluet.
A tiny bluet.
I'll have several more pictures of those on here scattered through the thing. Some of them made one day and then the next. And, you know, people don't even see those, and they're natives.
They're tiny.
Okay, what we got?
So huge. Well, it looks like a hickory bud, but I'm not positive.
I thought it was a buckeye.
Well, it very well could be a buckeye, because I
you'll
took several of a buckeye.
Yeah, you'll see them line open. Okay, we got lots of violets because they're all over World Peace Wetland Prairie, inside my shaded yard, and in all these places. And I was really trying to get pictures of them because I don't know what's that?
Well, it looks like a bloodroot, and that's what's popping up down the creek, bloodroot. You know, that's the Indians used to paint their faces with the juice from the roots. And
there you can see the foliage.
Yeah, that's a bloodroot.
Bloodroot, okay.
Very distinctive leaf.
You and I both made pictures of these this week.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Good.
So I was so glad you were going to be here to tell me what to call it.
Right.
But anyhow, that was, you know, a featured thing. It won't be in bloom next week, probably.
No, they don't last.
I try to get several while I can.
Well, they did use it for dye and face paint, all sorts of things.
Given group.
That's why they call it that.
Yeah. Well, it's a beautiful small spring flower, and it's mostly in wet woodland.
Yeah,
like
I'm sorry I didn't have a finger beside it to show the.
Do you recognize that foliage? Okay, here's the first I've seen, and it's
red honeysuckle.
Yes, sir. Native honeysuckle. This is not the honeysuckle vine to take out.
Spreading.
This is the one to save. This is one to plant in your yard. It's Lonicera sempervirens.
And beloved by hummingbirds.
Yes, that's what they say, although I can never get a picture of a hummingbird next to
Well,
but
they just won't
they're
stand
famous
still
for that.
you.
So I made a lot of those because it was the first week I'd seen them. About 3 years ago and 4.
There's a characteristic leaf that encloses the stem.
But these things bloomed all winter, all year round.
Right.
1 or 2 years.
Comes with what, trillium?
Trillium,
3 leaf. Trifolium, trillium.
Okay, and it will be a beautiful flower when it opens. We hope soon.
I don't think the ones I have down there don't have a beautiful bloom.
They don't have.
It's a small.
Okay, what is this, sweetheart? Is that mayapple?
It could be, although it looks awfully different to me on the tips. But that's probably at the stage, and I don't know what this is.
Okay, it's a little tulip species growing on World Peace Wetland Prairie.
I see the leaves now. Yeah.
And there's several of those. What is this? It's growing right next to that buckeye, and but it's similar but different.
I don't know what the.
I was afraid you wouldn't. We'll find out what those are.
It goes so fast that it's hard for me to ponder.
Yeah, and more, and here more bluet, and that gives you a perspective of just how tiny those are.
In mass, they have a wonderful perfume on hot days, and if you get down close, it just sweeps over you.
Really?
Yeah, wonderful perfume.
Well, I hope people don't mow their yards while these are.
Well, those are.
Okay,
mayaples, podophyllin.
Right there, yeah. And here's this other.
Here's that again.
So the leaves are pretty similar to the buckeye, and I said that's something a buckeye's going to do. It's not what that can't open into a buckeye flower. That, however, that's the buckeye after,
Right.
that's what it was closed up, now it's opened up.
Right.
And leaves, more foliage coming out, stem growing out, and what, by the end of April, you'll have buckeyes, flowers.
Well, we know what that is.
Okay, red bud.
Yeah.
And I got those
Flowering Judas. Yeah.
last minute this morning. I went over to World Peace Wetland Prairie and tried to get some close-ups
Oh, that's
of red
good.
bugs.
That's good.
Buds.
That's
Okay,
good.
until next time, it's Aubrey Shepherd and John Rule saying, please
Please.
enjoy and come out on World Peace Wetland Prairie on the 19th of April for an Earth Day celebration. That's Sunday afternoon, free to everyone invited. See ya.